All right, welcome to this edition of Kickin' It with Kate. Our guest today is Raechelle Mudray. She is a mortgage broker. She enjoys traveling. She is a dog mom to the cutest black lab Macy and is a multi-sport athlete. Welcome to the show, Raechelle.
Thanks for having me.
She's also one of the busiest people ever because you're in your car trying to get from A to B. And I'm so thankful that you took the time to stop.
And I
Hopefully,
swear I'm not driving. I'm pulled over.
it does look like you're in a safe place. So,
Yeah.
first thing I wanted to talk about is how you got into sports because you do so many different things. So, maybe tell us a little bit about the sports that you do and how you got so involved in them.
So I played when actually this is kind of funny. When I was young, I was a little bit of a I don't know. I was a wimp when I was young a little bit,
Really?
but I actually got my start in dance. So I was in dance when I was really young, and in grade 6, all my friends were playing ringette, and my dad was coaching, and my sister was playing ringette. So that was the first kind of move I made, and then I went from ringette, and then I started playing soccer, and then kind of stayed in those all until high school, and where I moved from ringette to hockey, and then on and off just found different soccer teams and then different hockey teams and kind of stuck with it that way. In there, I'm kind of a yes person, so played some ball hockey in there whenever people had asked, played spongy, that kind of stuff. It's just I like the idea of being on a team and being involved with people too.
Yeah, cool. So that
Mhm.
social aspect of being with a group of people all trying to accomplish the same goal, super
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
A lot of people are exposed to team sports growing up. Most
Mhm.
people, whether it's community club setting or in elementary or high school, are often playing a team sport, but that kind of falls by the wayside later in life once professional life takes over, you get a little bit older, but you've managed to like keep that aspect in your life. And it's really great to see how you're still playing on these teams even though you're not in high school or university anymore.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how you manage to fit that in and how you choose what teams you're on.
So with soccer, it at one point I was on 3 teams at once, and that just happened kind of organically. Like I was on one team, and then it moved, and then one person from that team asked me to play on another, asked me to play on another in all different leagues.
Yeah.
So I found that most of what I've kept on the teams is um, my main team that I played for was always kind of the same people, one or two of the same people that kind of kept in contact, and that's how it's just kept going.
Yeah.
The One of my soccer teams, I actually subbed for them when I was 17,
Wow.
so many moons ago. And then I played on that team, and now I'm the only like original from that team still. But it's just kind of grown from there and morphed from there.
Good. So you're the
Mhm.
team captain and you get to tell everyone else what to do because you've been around for the
Well,
longest.
now what it turns into is you have to collect all the money and organize the players. So it's not
Ah,
as fun.
you're the chief administrator. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So risk of playing in so many different sports, whether it's team sports or individual activities, is always that risk of injury. And you had a pretty significant injury a couple of years ago. So maybe if you can tell us a little bit about what happened and kind of how you've bounced back from that.
So yeah, so November 2021, I tore my ACL. Did not know it was torn. So I did some exercises, did some physio, went back in January 2022 to soccer again. And then it was apparent that it was not working. So then I had to wait for appointments and stuff. So I had a very sedentary year in 2022, which was hard on me mentally. So the downside of the injury was that not being able to play my team sports, and I missed that part of my life. And the upside was learning to take care of myself better. So, not playing like I'm 22 and learning to stretch, meeting someone like you and having somebody take care of strengthening muscles so you're not worried about that down the road.
Yeah, and you've done a really good job of taking care of yourselves. And I like that you're able to see the silver lining. I feel like for anyone who plays sports for any length of time, injuries are going to happen, whether they're something that just sidelines you for a few weeks or something that sidelines you for longer, such as yourself. An ACL is a pretty significant knee injury for those people who might not be familiar with that, and you've done a really good job of working hard to recover from that, but also balancing it with some other activities so that you're getting stronger in other ways and not just specifically for soccer. So, with that being said, we've done many different workouts now. Do you have an exercise in particular that you're so excited to do that you can't wait? What's your favorite?
Well, I don't know if I like, when it comes down to it, I wouldn't say I like any exercises. I probably have always been more into any cardio things because it seems like you do a burst and then end. But as you probably know, anything to do with planking or anything to do along those lines, any exercise that's along with planking are usually my least favorite.
Oh, so you're going to tell us about your least favorite first. So you have no favorites, and you're just going to dive right in and tell us about what you really don't like.
Least favorite is planking. I'd say favorites is probably, well, lately it's been the skaters. It's been my favorite.
Okay, so that's a kind of a newer exercise that we threw in your program because as
Yeah.
you've gotten stronger, we're trying to give you some progressions, and that's basically like a side to side, a light plyometric movement to help get you ready for soccer.
Yeah.
So that's good, and we're happy to report that you are back playing, and you've had a few games now under your belt. So some
Mhm.
excellent progress there. But you do bring up kind of an interesting point because not everybody likes to work out. Some people just like to play. And I was kind of like that before too, where I would just rather play all day. Any
Yeah.
sport, any game, doesn't matter. Send me out there. But do I really want to go for, a gym session or a run? Like, that's not really a game. Like, why would I want to do that?
Mhm.
So, as much as it's not your favorite, that's totally fine because I feel like you see the benefit to it and how it's helping you and
Yes.
you're being consistent with it. So, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Any future goals now that you are back on the field? Do you have anything soccer or non-soccer related that you aspire to get to?
Yes. Actually, quite a few. I could, but short term is, as you know, I have a soccer tournament end of March, so that's playing 4 games in 3 days. So hopefully, hopefully that feels good. And then I'd like to by next fall be back playing on at least 2 soccer teams um, to do that. And then this summer I plan to do the Wandafuka Trail in Victoria or just off Victoria.
Cool.
So I plan to do that as the hiking. So that's kind of this year. And then by next year, I'd like to be doing 1 to 2 half marathons a year. And more so that's traveling. So I want to go, I don't want to just do the Manitoba Marathon. I want to go and do like, there's actually one I know that I want to do, but it's in Portland. So um something like that is
As
kind of my goal.
a destination, something to train for and go and do that race in that format.
Yeah. So do a half. I at one point I wanted to do full marathons, but that takes a lot more, the time to put into that. I can't dedicate to that yet. So maybe when I'm 50.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you have some short term goals going to this soccer tournament that's coming up in the near future, and then following that up with some kind of midterm goals, and then down the road with this longer hiking trip. And I like the fact that you've got some outdoor activity in there, and then some
Yeah.
destinations, whether they're halves or 10Ks, whatever distance you want to train for. And then a full marathon doesn't usually just pop out of nowhere. Normally, people train for the shorter races, and then they kind of feel like, oh, yeah, maybe it's time to take the step for the
Yeah.
full. So, who knows? That could be something for down the road.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time to join us today, Raechelle. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon and
Oh,
best of luck with all your training.
well, thank you. I have to say thank you for all of the help because this has been the best recovery that I could have asked for. So
Aw, well, I'm happy to help and keep being consistent. You're doing awesome.
thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.
Take care.
Bye bye.